My name is Vera Richardson. Um, August the 28th, 2022, Lindsey Graham appeared on a Fox News program and stated what I call a dog whistle, a call for action, a call for violence. When he said that if Trump is indicted, that there will be riots in the streets. So I am begging African Americans to, we are going to, this is going to be a very, very dark time for us. Um, and because they need us to march, they need to make us upset enough for us to get in the streets where they can use the police, racist police officers, to um, use unbelievable force to uh, to remove, stop, or kill us, to generate even more outrage from us. Our power, we have so much power now, our votes. Our votes can change this nation in November. And I believe that one of the ways that they're going to do it, because if you're a political junkie and you pay attention, they tell you what they're doing. They tell you their strategy. And I believe part of the strategy is going to be that an African American female, maybe more than one, and and um, and I think that female would be a member of the Divine Nine. And because of Vice President Harris is a member of my sorority, that AKA that it may be one of us, because that would really be them, the white racist um, part of this nation, and Trump supporters sending a signal that they killed. Hmm, hallelujah, Jesus, please don't let it happen. One of her sorority members. But if they do, America, if they do, don't riot. Don't go in the street. Don't. Just know that that's what they want you to do, and do the opposite. Vote in November. I'm emotional because for my opposition, when President Obama was running for office the first time, I opposed Donald Trump. I worked for Hillary in North Carolina. Imagine waking up and knowing that a man that you have, I knew he was bad, but I couldn't even imagine how bad this man is, how wicked, how evil he is. And they have put the full force of everything on me. And I'm going to share one thing. When my car was stolen, I got it back after 30 days, and I was driving for Uber. Unfortunately, I wrote it down. I get less than $2,000 a month total income, Social Security, and less than $400 from New York State Department of Correctional Services, as opposed to what I was entitled to, retroactive disability retirement. And so Uber, I was substituting my income with that. And that's a whole nother, and of course with me, I have direct evidence, They stopped me, they they took me off the platform for saying that I had a criminal ticket, a criminal traffic ticket in Maryland, and the ticket, I haven't even had a hearing yet. I didn't get the notice because they made a mistake with the address when they mailed it to me. So, but they removed me from the platform. Um, Friday, I um, had a notice, this is it here, of appearance, a summons for retainer for eviction. And it stated on here, to the defendant, and that would be me in this case. You are not required to appear. However, if you fail to appear, judgment may be entered against you. See additional notices on the reverse about requesting a change of trial location and your rights to prevent this unlawful detainer action through payment of the amount owed. And the part that is marked for me is the X right here, number 2. At the first part above that what the X is, it states that to dispute this case, you must appear on the return date to try this case. And the X part says, to dispute this case, you must appear on the return date for the judge to set another trial date for trial. It was about 100 people or more in that courtroom, and most of them look like us. I would say 90%. And they were called up, you know, each case was called up, and there was a female, I thought she was working with the courts because she was involved in 90 to 95% of the cases. And the question was, do you agree, agree or dispute the amount or the case? Do you want to? And if they said they disputed it, then they gave them a trial date. When my turn came, when I went up and I said I disputed, the judge said, you're going to have a trial today. And I said, I'm not prepared for that. This says that to come in and um, to come in and to say, to have a trial date set, a future date set for a trial date. And he said no, and um, had me to wait. And when he called me back up to the front of the court, and the person who I thought was working with the court was actually a law attorney who she must have had 45 or 50 cases. And she said she was an attorney for all of those different landlords or apartment complexes or housing units. And he he said, you're having a trial today. He swore me in. And being a diabetic, I informed him that I wanted to get a lawyer. I'm not prepared, I want an attorney. They said you were not entitled to an attorney. I told him about my work-related depression and anxiety that I've suffered from for years. It was to take medication for, and also about my diabetes. I hadn't had anything to eat. It was almost 12 o'clock, and he still refused to give me a date. He made a ruling. Matter of fact, I sat down. I was so distraught that I sat down. They put out a chair for me because then and he issued from the bench an eviction